Well, that was fast. Well, I guess we all know now. Caitlin Clark and the Fever are out of the playoffs. They got swept by the Connecticut Sun, and I didn't see that coming. I didn't see a sweep coming. I ain't gonna lie. I did think Connecticut was gonna win Game One, and I thought the Fever would win two in a row. But not only did the role players not show up, Lexi Hull couldn't hit threes. I guess all of a sudden. Melissa Smith was absolutely terrible, didn't score at all in the two games. Um, it just wasn't enough contribution from the role players from Indiana. Caitlin Clark had a horrible shooting game in game one. Outside they three best players in Indiana, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, they kind of just got absolutely nothing from the role players. Like in this last game, the three best players for Indiana in game two, they all scored in double figures. And then nobody else. Only three players scored in double figures for Indiana in game two. I think they got like 10 or less bench points combined. And it was like 5 to 6 players on Connecticut Sun side that got double digits. I thought they were out physical. I thought they weren't mentally tough enough. They lost their composure. Like just the complaining. Like I said, and I said it a million times before. Caitlin Clark is way more Luca than she is Steph. And that's why I tell people you have to watch the games. Nobody really watch the games. Everybody just catch highlights. Caitlin Clark feels the stat sheet like nobody's business. She passes like nobody's business. Her shots off the charts. The step backs, the deep threes. I get it. I get it. And it is fun to watch. But just like with Luca, it is frustrating as hell at times. So I don't know, man. This was not the showing I thought I was gonna see, especially how game two started. The Fever looked like they was in rhythm and they looked like they had some things going on. And then it just out of it's just the composure thing. It's just the composure thing. It was even a play where Kelsey Mitchell had kind of got tangled up with Dejanay Carrington. Eric Wheeler tried to come, just Kelsey Mitchell just hey, you know, Caitlin Clark constantly talking to the refs. Aaliyah Boston had her moments where she was frustrated. They couldn't stop Marina Mabry in game two in the second half. And then game one in the second half, and then game two in the second half, they couldn't stop Alyssa Thomas, who had I know for a fact a double digit third quarter. DeWanna Bonner had moments where she went off. Like they just got multiple contributions from a whole different people, bro. A whole bunch of different people. So I thought that was the biggest telltale sign in this series that you know, just Connecticut Sun was more physical. They had the experience advantage, the composure advantage. They had multiple role players doing things, and Indiana role players didn't step up. They didn't keep their composure in game two, and just I don't know. Lexi Hoover and Alyssa Smith absolutely just they let me down. Fag Bentley to a certain extent let me down. Dantas had a good game one, game two. This was tough. This was tough to watch. I ain't gonna say it was tough to watch. It's growing pains, but they definitely need some more people to go with their big three, man. Because the role players around, and I like Lexi Hull. I'm extremely disappointed in Lexi Hull. I'm not surprised by Melissa Smith, but for her not to score in neither game is crazy. To get bench game two for Fag Bentley, and Fag Bentley didn't do much in game two. Um, yeah, Kayla Clark shooting struggles. She started off pretty hot, and then just her shot, like a lot of her shots just start going short. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a good starting point. At least you got two guards. You have a center. Now you just got to continue putting pieces around them. I think Lexi Hold is still a good piece. even though she was disappointing. But pretty much anybody else can go. Like Erica Wheeler can go. Melissa Smith can go. I wouldn't mind keeping Fag Bentley. Fag Bentley and Lexi Hall, I really like them in theory. They just have to produce more as role players. I like those 2 role players. I'll keep them. So I would keep, of course, the big 3 with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston. And then I would like to keep Lexi Hull and Fag Bentley. Everybody else pretty much can go, man. But they definitely need more shooting and more scoring. They need more toughness. And they need better composure. And I'm putting the composure part on Caitlin Clark. Yeah, she got that DeWanna Bonner foul. That was a foul when she interrupted her landing space. Like, that was a foul, but it's like, you got to keep playing, man. Come on, Caitlin, you have to keep playing. You got to give more effort on defense. She just reminds me of Luka, bro. She just reminds me of Luka. It's like, I love to watch you play basketball when you're playing basketball and not complaining and whining, because that rubs off on your teammates. Because just like we see with the Mavericks, once Luka gets in his complaining bag, then his teammates feel like they entitled to getting their complaining bag. Then you just got a complaining ass star and a complaining ass team. And I see the same thing with Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Got a complaining ass star, and then you end up with a complaining ass team. But just a simple fact, I do want to say this. Caitlin Clark had an amazing season, and this is the worst she'll ever be. So I still have high hopes for her, high hopes for the Fever. Christy Sides, she's not terrible, but kinda she is. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Christy Sides coaching. Let me know the players you would keep and the players you would ship for Indiana Fever. But yeah, man. Caitlin Clark already out of there. Already out of the WNBA playoffs, man. Sad day. But shout out Connecticut Sun. Shout out Alyssa Thomas. Shout out Marina Mabrey. Marina Mabrey, that was a hell of a pickup. They needed that scoring threat, and she's giving it to them. Alyssa Thomas, she's like a Draymond Green to me. She plays like Draymond Green. She affects every aspect of the game. DeWanna Bonner had a good game 1. Nelson Adota, she had some moments off the bench. Burton had some moments off the bench. It was just good. It was just good team ball by Connecticut Sun. They played with an edge, but they also played with composure. So, but yeah, man, Caitlin Clark is out of the playoffs, man. Short run, got swept, man. But it'll be all right. She'll be back.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.